Hello and welcome to Curious Life. Today we are going to talk about the 5 things we've discovered that really helped us in managing our neurodiversities and arranging our life to be the best it can be for us and the challenges we face.
If you're like us, then you have probably found it quite a few areas of life a little challenging, whether that's socially, coping at work or school, or even just life in general.
The truth is that everyone struggles from time to time, but there are plenty of strategies and tools that can help. So keep watching and see if these are areas that you struggle with too.
To start with, it's important to remember that we're all different, whether you have autism, ADHD, or any other neurodiversities. We're all unique, and we all have a unique perspective on life. What works for one person isn't necessarily going to work for another. So when researching or looking into coping strategies, always make sure you take away the things that will work for you and leave the rest.
Yeah, and if something doesn't sound like it fits, then ignore it and find a different way that does work for you.
So, are you ready to hear about the areas of life that we think can help anyone live a little bit easier? These are in no particular order, they're all really important.
And don't worry if these areas seem a little big and overwhelming right now. They are huge, but we will be breaking them down into more videos.
So, the first one, personal organisation and planning. I know, this is what everyone advises, but that's because planning and organising your time really does make life feel a little less overwhelming and challenging. For some people, planning is a huge help and they find it really easy. For others, they find it a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, I've spent so much time, effort, and money trying to get my crap together through life. I've spent so much on planners and organisation systems and apps, and I could never make it work. That was until a few years ago, and I learnt the tools needed to make planning work. Unfortunately, the most expensive file of facts in the world is never going to make your life organised unless you use it.
Yeah, but we did discover the tools and techniques that worked for us, and we plan on sharing those in future videos. But for now, these are the reasons that personal planning is particularly important. Planning helps you set and achieve your goals. Planning provides direction and focus, especially if you're having a difficult day, and it increases productivity.
It can also reduce your stress and anxiety levels, and it can help you make decisions, which is really helpful if you struggle with decision fatigue.
So, number two is your space.
When we say your space, we mean the places around you that you have some control over. This could be your house, your flat, your bedroom, or your car. It might even mean your locker at school or work, or your desk. Wherever you have a space that you consider to be yours in some way.
And the reason your space is important is because our spaces tend to reflect how we're feeling. If our space isn't working for us, it can make us feel overwhelmed, tired, demotivated, and even depressed.
This doesn't mean you have to be super organised, clean, and tidy. It's more about ensuring that your space is set up to how you need it and to make your life as easy as possible. So, number 3, life skills. This is an area that many people struggle with, and it's not something we often get actively taught. We are expected to pick up life skills as we go through life, but wouldn't it be just so much easier if we learnt the life skills we need before we came across problems?
Geez, yes, so much. So, life skills are that big area that covers a lot of things. Things like how we communicate, how friendships and relationships work, setting boundaries, taking care of ourselves. It might even be how to pick out clothes, managing our homes, managing our financial life.
This is an area I still need to do a lot of work in.
The one great thing about this channel is we are not perfect. We are still a work in progress, and we are here to share our stories with others with the hope that they will find it useful as well. So don't forget to subscribe if that sounds good to you. Number 4, errands, chores and work.
This is a bit of a catch-all section. It covers all of those areas in life that need dealing with. Whether you keep yourself busy volunteering, or if you're in school or education, or you're at work or a stay-at-home parent, there are lots of things that need to be taken care of, and this section's about that.
So we will be making videos on how to set reasonable adjustments, coping strategies, dealing with people, and maybe even some interview skills, and just so much more.
And finally, Area 5, your mental health. We put this one last Not because it's not important, but because your mental health is affected and connected by everything we've mentioned so far.
But even if everything in your life is perfect, then this is an area of your life that you can actually still struggle with. We've both definitely had our mental health difficulties.
We have both had breakdowns before we discovered that we were neurodiverse and before we worked on all of these areas.
But we are well on the road to recovery, even though that road is long, because all of these different areas have to be worked on a little bit and often, and so it might seem like a long way, but at the same time, progress, not perfection. Keep moving forward and we'll all see the benefits.
So there you have it. These are the 5 key areas of life that we think can be worked on to improve life and make it feel a little less challenging and overwhelming. Your personal organisation and planning, your space, life skills, errands, chores and work, and your mental health are all areas we can all work on to improve our overall life.
I hope this video has given you something to think about, but we are also interested in hearing about your story. What have you found that has really helped you? What particular areas do you find challenging?
If these areas seem huge, don't worry. Each one can be broken down into much smaller and much easier chunks. We will be talking about all of these in future videos.
So thank you for watching. If you want to hear more about us, our journey and the strategies we have formed to make life a little easier, then please subscribe. In the meantime, stay curious.
Bye bye!
Bye!